Long time no talk. So, I'm doing some dumpsters today, obviously. It is snowy here in Wisconsin. We've gotten quite a bit of snow. The last snowfall, it was windier than snowy and it caused a lot of drifts. So I'm hoping I don't have any issues at any of these houses today. I actually only have 2 pickups today, but we're still getting calls for drop-offs, so that's awesome. We've had a couple issues with frozen dumpsters, but the dump has been fantastic working with us. When they're frozen, we actually dump what we can and then we reweigh. And then we just pay for what we dumped, and then we can let the dumpster sit and then take it back once it thaws out and all that jazz. So stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, the like button, notification bell, ding ding, and let's go see what we could do. So this first dumpster that I'm picking up, actually I dropped with Chelsea. It is out in the country. The road is actually pretty narrow for a country road. The driveway is not too short, it's not too long, it's kind of the perfect length. However, when we dropped it off, I came in from the south and the house was on the passenger side of the truck. Had I known the location and what it looked like, I would have come in from the other direction, because we had a heck of a time getting the trailer and the truck into the driveway from the direction we were facing. So you always want to keep in mind, even though we can Google search the location and the house and get an image, sometimes you learn your lesson after you try to drop it off, to come in from the other direction. Obviously, being in the country, you can't just take a trip around the block. You gotta go out of your way a little bit, a couple miles, to come in from the other direction. But I am by myself, and I'm very thankful that I knew to come in from the other direction. I will say, as a driver, it is so much easier to back up a dumpster and get it in someone's driveway when it is on the driver's side. You can see so much more, and you could jackknife your trailer a lot nicer with the house being on the driver's side. Don't ask me why. I'm sure there's a huge reason why, but just for me personally, it is 100% easier to do it when it is on the driver's side. I can see so much more. So I learned my lesson. I came in from the other direction, so hopefully this pickup is nice and smooth this time instead of the drop-off. Dumped that first dumpster. It was definitely frozen, but I got some help from the guys at the dump, which sometimes frowned upon, but they love us, so they helped us out, which was nice. I did still have to peel quite a bit out of the dumpster, but I got her. So I got the 10-yard on there, and I actually am filming this because I've learned something about dropping a dumpster in the wintertime, and I want to share it all with you because it's not technically the same as dropping it when there's no debris on the ground. And once you put snow and ice on there, it does not come off smoothly. So I'm going to start her up. It's going to get loud. I'll try to talk as loud as I can and try to show you what's going on. So here we go. Try that again. Alright, so normally when we're dropping a dumpster, we actually put the stingers pretty much to the ground and it just rolls off. That doesn't happen in the wintertime because of all the snow and the ice. So, we're still going to put the stingers down to start the dumpster. Now this one is going to be a little bit different because it's shorter, because it's the 10-yard. But our 10-yard also does not like to roll. So it might actually work out perfect. Alright, so I'm actually going to stop the stingers about there. We're going to start lowering it. Now we've had freezing weather, so if this thing rolls and this is an epic fail, I will laugh. Perfect, it's not an epic fail. Alright, so see, it's not going to roll. Instead of raising the stingers like we normally do to kind of slide it off, you're actually going to lower them to lift this back end almost up off the ground. Alright, so now she's off the ground, not even a ½ inch. You can lower it again. And it's kind of little by little. You just got to be careful that you're not going to raise the winch. Because if you lower too much, it actually lifts off of the stingers. So I'm going to let the winch out. We're going to tilt it again. And it just comes off a little bit nicer. Let the winch out. Tilt her up a little bit again. Now you get to this point where that no longer is going to work, and as you can see, it's lifting off the rails. So let's put her back up. Now this is where you could start putting the stingers to the ground like you normally would. Now this is a really bad example with our 10-yard because she doesn't roll anyways. We usually end up having to pull her off. She's sassy. But in this case, I'm going to drive her off. I really wish that I had a 15-yard on there to show that to you. We'll see what we can do here. So the winch is actually still pretty loose. So as I pull forward, she's going to slide off a little bit on her own. And then I can just slowly move and winch. And in the winter, we don't drop these guys fully to the ground. We actually place boards under them, otherwise they'll freeze to the ground. So I will stop right about there. And I will get out again, and we'll get a board underneath her. Got quite a few at the yard, but it's winter. There's still quite a few out there too. See, she's sassy. She don't roll at all. But I've learned this trick. Oh, she's moving. She's moving a little bit. There we go. See, what's nice about the 10-yard is I can push her a little bit. Not too much. Now she's off the trailer enough that I can just drive the rest of that off. But I'll show you what happened to me a couple days ago. Took this beauty to the dump. Peekaboo. She was frozen completely. I got maybe 100, 150 pounds out of her, and I had to bring her back full. because she is frozen. So once we get like a 36-40 degree day, which I think we're actually supposed to have within the next week, I can take her back to the dump and get her unloaded. But that's what's going to happen, friends. It's winter in Wisconsin. We're going to head to our next stop, pick up a 15-yard. I pray to God it dumps, because we have a 15-yard drop tomorrow, and it would be really nice to just leave it on the truck. Fingers crossed it dumps. But I wanted to tell you that where I'm going to pick up, we actually have done work with this company before, and it's really cool because people are always asking, like, how do you build your business? Where do you get your people? Well, this company is actually out of Milwaukee, which is about an hour to an hour and a half south of where we're located. However, they own, I'd say, about 10 different apartment businesses in our area. And by that I mean, I say businesses because each apartment business has anywhere from 2 complexes to 20 complexes. So if you do the math and you get hooked up with an apartment business, every month or every 2 months someone's moving out, someone's leaving, or there's evictions, or there is people that just up and leave half of the apartment behind. They started using our business, well, it was still warm out, I think, the first time I went there, so it's been a while that they've been using us. And now every time the last time they called, they said, we would like to just work with you when we have this stuff come up. And I was like, that's fantastic, because they own hundreds of apartments. And if you think about the turnaround of apartments, it could be huge in your area, especially if you are, well, we're not a huge area, but we're big enough that we have tons of apartment buildings, tons of apartment complexes. So every time someone leaves junk behind or they have to remodel their apartments, they call us. So we actually started with them with one apartment, and they were like, you guys were great to work with, easy to work with. They just had to call us. We set it. They call us, say they're done. We go pick it up, and they were like, you guys are fantastic. So now we are doing quite a bit more for this company because of how many apartments they own in our area. So it's always something to look into when you want to build your business. It's not necessarily like how many people need a dumpster. Go take a flyer or something to like all your area apartment complexes and just be like, you know, we're a new dumpster rental service, or we're a dumpster rental service. We just want to throw it out there. If you have someone leave all their stuff behind, or you're remodeling your apartments, you know, easy roll off, we can drop it. And honestly, they will call you back. If you do it right, they will call you back every single time. So keep that in mind. One apartment complex could have like 8 apartments in them, and the turnaround sometimes is insane. So we like these people. We're going to go pick up this dumpster and pray that it dumps. Well, that was an epic fail. Completely frozen. There's carpet all in the bottom of that dumpster. There's a ceramic tub in there that's broken into pieces. There's toilets, sinks, garbage, dressers, and I got about half of it dumped and the rest no go. I worked for about 25 minutes on it. That's about it. I tried. Alright, friends. Hit that subscribe, that like button, notification bell, ding ding. Catch you on the flip side. Peace.